Welcome to another Platinum Greatwyrm episode of the It's a Mimic podcast, where you never know what you're going to get. Hi, and welcome to a special ridiculous bullshit mailbag episode with our Platinum Greatwyrm tier patrons. And we've done this once in the past, and it was madness. I'm just going to run through the cast of insanity that we have here. And I feel that I get to call you that because you guys have done these kind of episodes to me repeatedly. So this is a little bit of revenge, and I'm very happy about it. What's going to happen here, before I get into the introductions, for anyone who is starting with this episode, this is the first episode of It's a Mimic you find. It's weird, but okay. I'd pick something else, but okay. The way that this works is that I have 3 tables lined up here in front of me. Each one of them has 20 questions that have been asked by our hosts for our patrons for these 5 individuals, which is backwards. It's usually you guys and the other listeners asking our host questions. So we're kind of doing an inversion of how this normally works. And you guys are going to get to roll on one. And everybody gets to ask a question, or I'm going to ask you a question, and then we're going to roll initiative again and roll on another one, and we're going to roll initiative again and roll on the third one, and then we will roll initiative a 4th time, and you guys can choose which one of the 3 tables you want to go with. I'm going to keep track of it all. We're going to do 20 questions in total, and hopefully we can keep this under 2 hours. But before I go any further, just want to remind you that if it is your turn, then I will ask you the question, and you will have to go first. You can ready an action if you need time to think. And honestly, no pressure, because this is not a test. It's not a quiz. There are no consequences except for Andri. I will mute him on Discord if he fucks this up.
What the fuck, man? That feels stressful.
Yeah, and Andri, before we go any further, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much.
All right, so I'm going to go in alphabetical order by first name, and that is going to start with Andri. Hello.
Hello.
Are you hungover from your heavy metal concert last night?
You think that I had time to get hungover?
Still drinking then? Okay, fine.
Of course. That's the spirit.
That's good. After Andri, of course, we've got Gerald. Hello, Gerald.
Hello.
And moving on from there, I'm trying to do this in alphabetical order now. We've got Mekka. Hello, Mekka, and welcome to your first insane mailbag.
What's up?
And then we have Robert. Hello, Robert.
Hello.
And that's everybody, right?
Totally.
And rounding out the group is Scott.
That's me.
So you guys should all have access to a number of episodes with everybody here already. You can go check it out on any one of our public channels. But I don't think your first one has come out yet. So that'll be exciting. People get to hear you here first, which is very strange and weird. So without any further ado, let's roll initiative. Everybody grab a D20, and I will get you guys in some sort of order here. Do we have anyone from 15 to 20? Oh, that's not good.
Starting off strong.
It's a mimic. Come on.
Yeah, right. Have you all channeled Casey and rolled ones?
I have channeled Casey.
Do we have a 10 to 15?
Yeah, I'm at a 13.
I got a 13.
All right, I got Mekka at a 13.
I got 14.
Andri at a 14. Scott, what'd you get?
13.
All right, Mekka and Scott, roll off.
12.
5.
Sorry, Mekka, what'd you get?
5.
5. All right, and then I'm assuming, Gerald, you're between 13 and 1.
I am a 10, which is exactly between 13 and 1.
All right, and accuracy is key here. Okay, so we are starting with Andri, with the birthday boy. This table is called Questions from Troubled Minds.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
Give me a D20 roll.
Yes, sir. 12.
12. Brad asks, what is a mechanic that you constantly forget and regret immediately when you realize you forgot it?
Oh, fuck. That is a really good question. I would like to hold my action because I have not been at DM for so long. I need to think about this again.
All right, we're starting strong.
Does that mean you get to mute him on the Discord channel now?
Scott, you're up next. What is a mechanic that you constantly forget and regret immediately when you realize you forgot it?
I mean, first of all, literally anything with exploration and travel. I always forget all of that, and I get really mad that I forget all of that. But I think my actual answer is that in Pathfinder, because of course that's what I play, you don't go to full health when you long rest. and I just like to give them full health. But I can see why it's nice to slow down the game a little bit.
Why? What do you do instead?
Oh, I think you get your level times your con mod. Don't quote me on that.
That is fucking punishing.
Well, get better at healing.
I mean,
You can
fair.
also just roll medicine to heal, so like there is other healing than just sleeping.
Okay. That brings us to Mekka.
What do I forget all the time? Probably that grappling does not give you advantage. Or
It feels like it
does.
should, right?
Yes.
Like that I have to look up grappling all of the time, and restrained is the other one where I'm like, all right, what are we doing? Like,
Well, so it does give you it against the person you grappled, but not against it. It gives you disadvantage on everybody else.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's one of the ones I think it's probably the most confusing. That is why I appreciate that the like condition effects are always included inside a DM screen. That's really the only thing that I look at my DM screen for most of the time. So
Yeah, I have to check that one every time.
Gerald, what about you?
Layer actions. The one.
Do you not write it into initiative?
No. You know, that's
I-
probably an elegant solution to the problem.
Yeah, I write, if chances are good, if you have layer actions, you also have legendary actions as well. So there's a lot to juggle in that. So I
Yeah.
always just initiative count 20 for a layer action, and then I write legendary in giant letters across the top of my initiative counter. And my players can always see what initiative is. They can see me tracking hit points because I count up, so they don't know how much is left. And I always roll my dice in front of them because I feel it all adds tension. So when I write legendary in giant letters across it, they all groan. They're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a fucking slog." So
Yeah, I mean, legendary would be the second one on that list, right? Like all the stuff that's buried down in the stat blocks.
Oh man, and then and on top of that, in 5th edition, there's regional effects as well that you're competing with. There's a lot going on for these boss monsters.
There sure can be.
Robert, it's the one rule you forget.
I was going to say grappling, so you've taken that from me. But following up on that, probably prone. Very similar, like what prone exactly does, and the ranges of, if you're attacking melee and you're up close versus if you're shooting from a distance, etc.
I cannot tell you how much it frustrates the shit out of Dave at my table when players or when monsters go prone, because he's a fairy scout, so he flies up and shoots from a distance. That's what he does. So suddenly getting disadvantaged because the other guys are knocking him prone, which is now built into like weapon masteries and stuff as well. So this is happening more frequently, and he is getting drastically more frustrated in combat. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get him in melee, which I love. I'm going to just beat the shit out of that little pixie bastard. So Andri, back to you now.
Yes, I'm very happy that nobody took what I had to think about. It's the fact that dark vision is not super sight. It is merely just you are not blind in darkness. You just have disadvantage on perception checks
And attacks.
and attacks. That is something I forget all the time because as a player, you hear dark vision and go, "I have supervision." You don't. You really fucking don't.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you can't see color either, which is fantastic for when you're doing puzzles.
No, they cannot.
Yeah, and although I have started playing with this a little bit because I think it was in 5th edition, Tieflings had it was in red scale and not gray scale, and I've recently handed out goggles that have green lenses that allow you to see dark vision, but it's in green scale. So I've started to play with it a little bit.
You just handed out night vision goggles.
Oh, well, that was 100% what I was doing. Yes, I was channeling. I was channeling the back of the truck in Jurassic Park. That's
Yeah, but those goggles all steal your data, even when you try and say you're not going to give it up. It still takes it and records it somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I read the Dritz books and I miss infravision.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, who's next? Scott. Let's roll on the questions from Troubled Minds table.
I got a 19.
A 19. Tyler asks, if your character had a third arm, what would it be holding?
It would be holding the banner. I would be having a giant flag that I'd be carrying, and I would look badass and still have my sword and shield available.
That's actually a phenomenal answer. But I don't recommend you play the banneret. It's not a good subclass.
We have a commander in Pathfinder who has a banner, and it's kind of optimal to have it attached to your backpack. But damn, do I just want to stand there holding that flag in my hand?
It's like the end of the movie The Patriot, which is
we'll act like I've seen
cut. Yeah. Mekka, if your character had a third arm, what would it be holding?
Last character I played, Probably his enemy's heart.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, I had a Path of the Beast Barbarian Rogue Dampire, so yeah, that's probably what it would be.
Oof, yeah, that'll do it.
Mhm.
Then Gerald.
I mean, I guess we'll go with my barbarian. I've got like 3 characters running right now, but we'll go with my barbarian, who would be carrying a jug of ale in his third hand. Finally able to do that and fight.
I feel like that's also a good answer for the Drunken Master, or Way of the Drunken Master for the monk.
Yeah.
Robert.
The head of the last enemy he killed, a Oath of Conquest paladin, who his guild essentially has a guy who can temporarily bring people back from the dead to ask him questions, and so they've set up what is essentially a library of all the heads that my paladin's been collecting to then grill undead people for info.
Good Lord. Well, at least you can keep it light and breezy. Andri.
Pants, because my last character didn't wear a belt. It was a problem. No. I'm just honestly just another gun.
Another gun?
Another gun. I was a gunslinger in my last campaign.
Nice. Which stat block did you use for the gunslinger? Did you grab one? Like, what third party did you use?
I used. Oh, I don't remember what the fuck the third party is called. It was Tower of something. I'll look it up
All right.
later and send you it. I don't remember the third party.
Honestly, I would be way more worried about somebody who had a third arm holding up their pants than a guy carrying a head or a heart, just because that feels like a readied action. Like that feels like any minute in combat, those are coming off, and now it's weird.
Regardless, we're getting a pistol involved somehow.
Yeah.
Shots will be fired.
Mekka.
Till dawn style.
Mekka, let's roll on the D20 table.
All right. 4.
Kyle asks, do you have a favorite big bad evil guy, either your own homebrew or from a non D&D source?
Ooh. Let me ready my action.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, let me ready my action. Give me a second.
Okay. All right. Well, you're thinking that, then let's move on to Gerald. Favorite big bad evil guy?
Oh, that's not D&D, right? It's going to be outside of the...
Or it's your own
source
homebrew.
books.
No stock D&D villain.
Yeah. I think for that, I would go to... Oh, this is such a good question. And I tend to like somebody that you can understand to some degree. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so.
No, you don't have one at all?
I don't think so.
All right, Robert, I know you've got 7.
God, that's a really good question, though. But I would... Someone like Ozymandias from The Watchmen, the bad guy who is smart and who they're not waiting to like pontificate and display their intelligence in front of the good guys before they've already done the thing. They've just already executed their master plan and it's too late. But I can't think of anybody in D&D specifically like that. I mean, that's how I play Strahd when I run Curse of Strahd, is somebody who he's extremely dramatic, but he's already done the thing by the time the players realize it.
Yeah, the smart villains are always scarier than the brute villains. I mean, you say that until you're half swallowed, but Andri.
This is an excellent question. If I were to have to pick one big bad evil guy, I would probably go for Scarf. Don't feel like that's a big bad evil guy. Was that the question? I don't remember the question anymore. I might have had one too many beers while I was out.
Do you have a favorite big bad evil guy?
Oh yeah, I thought that was the question. Scar Smog from The Hobbit. Honestly, big favorites. Favorites of mine.
Fair enough. Yeah, they're both classic.
I mean, yeah, that's also what I was thinking. Like, are these too basic? But like, you know,
no, they're classic for a reason.
Yeah.
Mekka, that's back around to you.
All right, I'm over here with too many. Okay, if I had to pick as a BBEG, because I'm over here like I have tons of villains I enjoy, but if it has to be a BBEG, like he was the final boss. Slight spoilers. Aaron Yeager.
Oh yeah, from Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's an
a good
interesting answer. That's so funny.
He's definitely big.
I would never have thought of him as being a big bad evil guy. I just had him as the like protagonist, right? But he absolutely is. That's wild. Okay. It's a good answer. That brings us around to Gerald for the next question. Why don't you give me a D20 roll?
14.
14. Ah, fuck this guy. I shouldn't have included him. Dan asks, what tips do you have when writing NPCs that are hidden bad guys? Do you run them as separate characters until the reveal? For example, the Palpatine/Sidious.
Not usually. Usually when it's a hidden bad guy, the thing that's obfuscated is their relationship to whatever the bad stuff that's happening is, rather than who they are directly. It's rather than having two separate characters. It's kind of the lines of connectivity that are blurred.
Mhm.
I think that's more interesting because there are a few more threads that you can pull to reveal the relationships that exist there and kind of let them go through stages of denial as they start to figure it out.
That's a good answer. Robert.
Two tips, though these are kind of separate. One is introduce them as a victim that needs to be saved, so that the party develops an affinity for them. And if you can make them kind of weak but quirky, go with that. I tricked a party once because they found the big bad evil guy after he had himself nailed to a door with one of his hands cut off. And he was a potter, and so they were like trying to help him get his pottery business working again. Well, he only had one hand, and he was putting on a brave face about it, and he was just infiltrating the party, and it worked very well. The flip side is almost throw them in as a red herring of make them come off as extremely evil and extremely bad to some extent in the beginning that the players say, there's no fucking way this is the bad guy. Like if you introduce, oh yeah, here is this guy. His name is Evil Bad Person Man. And they're like, Evil Bad Person Man, that's stupid. And then when he's the bad guy, it's going to stun them.
It's just subverting the expectations. It's like reverse psychology, and it's so mean. I love it. Andri, what tips do you have when writing NPCs that are hidden bad guys like Palpatine and Sidious?
See, I was just going to say before that said, like Palpatine Sidious, I was just going to say, just make it Palpatine Sidious. It's real simple. But no. I mean, I would personally still kind of go in that direction to make it kind of like a helping hand near the beginning. Gain their trust and then hold the carpet from underneath the players. It's a very classic trope, but classic for a reason, I assume. But and I especially think I'm just saying Palpatine, but whatever. Especially having like one player that you could, or one character that you could kind of manipulate, to twist against the party. But that's just Anakin. Star Wars haunts my dreams, okay? I was always going to go for something like this. Fuck you, Dad. But you shouldn't have included it. I agree.
Everything's Star Wars coded with Andri. Scott.
Yeah, so I'll tie this answer in with the answer to the last question because you didn't want me to answer.
Oh, did I skip you? I'm sorry.
You did. It's fine. I have actually never done this in a campaign of having the rug pull of wait, the bad guy was your friend. But currently my favorite BBEG would be Sol Katesh, the Queen of Shadows from Eberron. And that's kind of her whole shtick is she's going to pull the rug out from under you. I would probably have my big bad be some sort of a changeling as well, just to have them do the whole classic it's a changeling and do like an anagram of their name for every single persona that they run into, just because they won't notice.
I have got my players just scouring every map and every new NPC. They want the specific spelling of the name, and Dave and Dan are sitting there trying to find the code because I've done that shit so often that I've got to stop doing it now.
So are they on the right track or are they wasting their time? You can tell us, they won't listen.
You're right, they won't. They are absolutely on the right track that they should be paying attention to some of the proper nouns, but they're looking in all the wrong places.
Classic player move.
Yeah. And then that brings us to Mekka.
Hidden bad guy who's I'm sorry, repeat the question one more time. Sorry.
What tips do you have when writing NPCs that are hidden bad guys like Palpatine and Darth Sidious?
Well, in my campaigns, almost every NPC is kind of gray.
Yeah, you play in grim dark. Like you're all grim hollow and the world is evil and there is no bright heroes, right? Like
yeah.
that comes with the territory.
So usually, if I have to do someone that's I know who's evil in ways that the party would disagree with, I would just make them so useful that you just don't ask questions.
That seems to be the general consensus here is that like we got to get on their good side somehow, and we're gonna introduce ourselves as being too weak or too evil or like so evil over the top that they're not gonna believe it. Or
Yeah, it's like this guy just smuggled me in a +3 plus greatsword. I'm not going to ask any questions.
man, the NPC that comes bearing gifts is the
Yeah.
best thing ever. I think that is everybody. Scott, I included you in
I
this
got
round.
to answer. Although I
okay.
realized I didn't actually answer the question. So but I've never done it. So what tips do I have?
You don't do hidden bad guys. Well, you run out of modules that tend not to be super hidden bad guys as a general rule.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Robert, let's roll the D20 table.
That is a 13.
13. Steve asks if you could combine any two Dungeons and Dragons monsters together, what would they be and what would it look like?
Ooh, that's a really good one. I would do a dragon turtle and a boulette. And so I would have a giant, land swimming dragon turtle shark thing.
Bullets are called land sharks. So you've just made a shark. That's what you've made.
Yeah, I've made a shark, which
Yeah.
I mean, if you take two sharks and put them together, that's scarier than a shark. So
Or did you make a turtle shark?
could have made a turtle shark.
We'll call that a shart.
A shirtle? Shardle. A shardle.
Jarnal, yeah, for sure.
All right,
What
Andri.
the fuck is this?
Andri, if you combine two D&D monsters together, what would they be?
Mind Flayer and a Fate.
Ooh.
It's not enough for the Fate to want to steal your name. It's going to steal your entire brain now and your entire thing. And it's going to look exactly like a Fae, except the moment you make a deal, you're going to see the tendrils come out to eat your brain and replace you with a totally new identity.
That's fun. That's cool.
I'm going to make this now.
Scott.
None of my players are allowed to listen to this episode.
All right. Scott.
I'll combine a dragon and a lich. That's surely never been done, right?
Some sort of lichagon. There we are.
Yeah, something like that. No, actually, my actual answer is I'm combining a beholder and a cyclops because I just want a beholder with a body. Do with that what you will.
Yeah.
I don't know why no one's ever, or I'm sure other people thought of that, but like that has never occurred to me. I love that. Mekka.
A lot of the ones I do have exist, or at least they exist in third party.
You don't go out of the monster manual very often, hey?
No. Usually, a lot of mine is third party to begin with.
Yeah,
and they're all mixed together to begin with. If I had to pick right now, just because I haven't gotten the book that I backed yet, Vampire Dragons.
it's weird we haven't had that either.
It's in a third party, and it should be here by February.
And that would be terrifying.
Two of Peps's favorite things become one.
That would be the absolute sexiest freaking monster for her in the world. And then Gerald.
Well, I'm going to be honest and say I was about to say vampires and dragons. So
Got there first.
I will doubly endorse that. But barring that, I would go with dragons and elementals.
Have you seen the Elemental Cataclysm artwork yet? That made me very happy.
I have not.
It's just an elemental, and it's in the monster manual, and it's just like I think it's a tier 4 or maybe it's even epic tier creature that it is just a raging storm of elementalism that blows through, but it's very much like in the shape of like a multi-headed dragon.
It's Tiamat as an elemental.
It definitely looks like that. So
Ooh.
But I think the dragon part is just flavor. Like I don't think that that's actually got anything to do with the stat block. But anytime that you like, that's one of my secrets for beefing up dragons is just lean into their element and go hog wild, right? That's so much fun.
You know what? I'm gonna give all my dragons pet elementals now. Why not?
Yeah, that's great. And have them like they act as lair actions or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, we're on to the next table. So let's re-roll initiative. We're gonna roll so much in this episode, your guys' dice are gonna be round by the end of it. Do we have a 15 to 20?
19.
I got an 18.
Fuck!
What'd you get, Andri?
I got an 18.
All right. Andri and Gerald, roll off.
Oh man, 6.
A 4. Happy birthday, Andri.
Oh, thank you.
Scott and Mekka, what'd you guys get?
I got a 9.
I got a 4.
All right. So we're starting off with Robert. We're rolling now on the table. Questions from Troubled Minds, Ladies Edition.
Yeah.
10.
10 is from Megan. What was your most dramatic critical failure or your most proud critical success?
I will hold my actions, I think, on this.
All right. That throws Andri under the bus. What was the
God damn
most
it.
dramatic critical failure or your most proud critical success?
Um.
I'm also aware of the fact that we're all DMs here. So if you pick something that just happened at your table, that's fine.
Okay. Well, the most dramatic, not 20 I got is when I was recently a player and more than half of the party, we got downed by 1 fire breath from the Chimera. And me and 1 other player on our death save, which rolled nat 20s on our second death save.
Oh,
And we have never been so ecstatic about getting nat 20s, especially him, because the poor fucker doesn't roll above a 10. I think just to add on to the question, the most dramatic nat 1 I ever had is when we really needed to kill that one guy because we were on like 1 hit point. All my luck points were out. It was a nat 1 and destiny for me. That was a tough day.
brutal. Gerald.
Yeah, I knew mine immediately, and it's definitely a table moment. I was running the Descent into Avernus campaign, and there's a section of that where you run into the NPC character Archon the Cruel, which is a Dragonborn paladin of Tiamat who's got bits of Vecna. It's a CR17, I think. The party was not that high. And he has a bunch of Abashis and his little party with him. And they were completely surrounded. They'd gone there to try to make a deal with him. And he said, okay, I'll help you. But you've got to give me 1 good soul, which meant sacrificing either their paladin or their Holophant guide that was the companion to Zariel. And they went, well, hold on. We have all of these soul coins. Is it possible that one of these has a good soul in it? So I was like, well, shit, it says that there's a chance that it could be it. I'll give you 1%, right? Roll a D100. And if it is 100, you've got 1 good soul in those gold coins and they'll buy it and they won't, either murder you or take one of your allies. And they rolled it and they got their 100. So to this day, they talk about the time that I didn't get to murder any of them.
Not only is that amazing, but it's also so morally dubious. Well, can we give you this good soul that we don't know? It's so it's so good, but it's also so gray area. I'm not sure that's a moral victory, but at least you kept your buddies, right?
Yeah, that was that.
Scott.
Yeah, I tried to get a group together and I ran the little level 1 adventure in the back of Rising from the Last War. And part of it, one of the bad guys jumps out of a sky coach that they're driving and leaves it to crash for the players. And they jump out with a feather token, of course, so they'll be safe in the city of Sharn. They rolled a nat 20 to regain control of the sky coach and decided that they wanted to whip it around and pick him up before he hit the ground. Cut that chase pretty short.
Yeah, well, that's one of those moments where you just sit there as a DM and you're like, well, fuck me, I guess.
Well,
Let's do it.
I mean, I guess, but
Yeah,
also if I don't have to run the chase mechanics,
I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So it was fun getting to roleplay the dude who jumped out of it to leave them to crash, only for them to whip around and pick him up before he hits the ground.
Mekka, what was your most dramatic critical failure or critical success?
Critical failure, critical success. I'd probably have to say, basically, we were doing a Ravenloft campaign and we were in Borka, and the party was basically like they just had like 2 whole sessions of just gambling. I looked up the gambling rules, and I think in the Goldens, the one with all the heist in it has a casino, and I basically just moved that onto a boat, and they had been basically relaxing and chilling out until they arrived to one of the main characters' home city. And as soon as he got off the boat, because of shenanigans they did earlier, I just randomly rolled in front of everybody, and I managed to roll 2 nat 20s, which was for the assassin 300 feet away, shooting.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Got him down to 1 hit point before the combat starting.
That is a hell of a dramatic way to start a combat. Well, I got to take notes. Find loaded dice. Assassinate from a distance. I love it.
Worst part though, next session he couldn't show up, so we just had him like unconscious immediately.
He went to the hospital.
Yeah. Robert, background to you.
Yeah, I think I've talked about this one before, but it was in a Curse of Strahd game in the town of Valakai, and the party already had the Sun Sword, and the vampire spawn scenario in that procced, and one of the vampire spawn, upon seeing the Sun Sword, decided to run and just took off like over the city walls, off to the woods with the intention of, well, I'm going to report to Strahd what I've seen here because that's a big fucking deal. And as the rest of the party was fighting the other two vampire spawn, the rogue who had the Sun Sword decided to chase after the vampire spawn. And when they got about 200 feet, 2 or 3 turns of just dashing, when they got about 200 feet away from the party and with a wall between them, the vampire spawn turned and 1v1 to the rogue, and the first hit was a critical and took the rogue to unconscious. And as the rest of the party was expecting the vampire spawn to then start attacking the rogue, I had it snatch the Sun Sword and then dash into the woods with it. And the collective gasp from my table when that thing disappeared was that keeps me warm at night.
Oh man, I don't need to attack you. I'm going to attack your shit.
I'm going to attack the
done the
most
same
important
thing.
fucking thing you have, because you got stupid and greedy. I'm sorry.
That'll do it. All right, Andri, time to roll on the ladies edition table.
Yeah, I'm scared. Oh, fuck. Oh, 14. How fucking... what? I don't remember the word. How... Just tell me the question. Fuck's sake. I'm too drunk for this shit.
All right, Andri, I'm going to save you from your meltdown. Mieka asks, in a set of dice, which one is your favorite? Which one is your least favorite?
Oh, just the shape?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are getting the tame ones.
I'm looking at my dice right now. I think my favorite is probably the D12 because
You are
I
barbarian.
play barbarian. Yes, exactly. The least favorite one, specifically the percentile D10.
I mean, that's fair. I guess you don't play a whole lot of Call of Cthulhu, so.
Well, I just finished a Call of Cthulhu game where I did not kill everybody to my utter dismay, but we live and we learn. So that's kind of why I hate it.
I hate the percentile die specifically because I play Call of Cthulhu. That bitch is always out to get me.
Fair enough. Gerald, what's your favorite one? What's your least favorite?
I'm also a big fan of the D12. I think my least favorite is the D4. I mean, the D12 I do think has a satisfying size and number breadth ratio. There's enough variation in there, but it doesn't feel like quite the same betrayal as when you get a small number on that as it does in the 20.
I mean, that's fair, but why the D4?
Have you ever stepped on one?
Oh yes.
That's why.
Yeah, worse than Lego.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, I own Lego, so I've gotten quite used to it. I still own Lego.
I'm pretty sure in Iceland you guys are just walking on gravel most of the time anyway, or you guys walk on Lego for fun.
You're
Yeah,
saying
they're not
this is
walking
a
on
joke,
Lego,
but-
it's fire.
Yes.
You're saying this is a joke, but I grew up walking on gravel, so fuck you, Adam.
you can just tell about some people. Scott, I don't even know what I'm implying, but take that, Andri. Scott, which one's your favorite? Which one's your least favorite?
I am a fan of the D8. I don't know what about it. I just like it. It's a very common weapon die, I think. I think that's why I like it. I don't know, I like it. What I don't like is the D6, and the reason is because it has main character syndrome. In every single new player that I've helped teach D&D to, I exclusively refer to it when they're staring at their dice going, oh god, what's a D6? I call it the Monopoly die.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. No notes. I think the D8's the best as well. I'm with you on that one. And I love that you're just giving personas now to dice as well.
Well, of course. If you do not give personas to things, you do not belong at my table.
Mekka, favorite and least favorite die.
I love the D6, especially since I get to play Monopoly with it.
Well, that's awkward.
As for least favorite, probably the D4, just because also I keep stepping on it.
Fucking caltrops.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got a D4 in cats, you know the pain.
Especially the metal ones. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Robert, favorite and least favorite.
So my favorite is the D2 because they're just so stupid. I've seen some that are shaped like a bean, which is hilarious. I've seen some that are shaped like a D6 but kind of rounded on one side so it can only land on two. And I think that's just fucking funny. Though they don't really come up that often. And then I'm going to get on the D4 hate train here, but usually because I roll it and it takes me a second to remember, like, okay, now what number is showing? What am I looking at here? Because I want to say that there are actually like different standards, as in sometimes it's on the bottom edge, sometimes it's at the top, sometimes it's in a different room. Like, I don't fucking know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, honestly, when I choose my dice for like when I'm going to play, I have to line up. It doesn't matter any of the other ones, but the D4s all have to have the numbers in the same spot, right? Just because I can't be glancing at 3 different D4s and going, all right, what am I doing here?
Yeah, inconsistency in a game of fucking math and the math rocks not being all standardized, infuriating.
Yeah.
Also, D4s are those fucking magic missiles. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that means we're up to Gerald. Time to roll for the ladies edition.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's a 20.
Elwin asks, what is your hottest D&D take that would get you kicked out of a tavern?
Spells are bad.
Jesus. What?
Oh.
I concur. I applaud.
All right, sit down, barbarian. We're not on you yet.
Yeah, I think the magic system in D&D is weird and cumbersome. I just live with it, but it's I don't think that it's well managed.
I'm not looking for a fix here, but is there anything in specific that you're like that you can point to as an example?
Yeah, I mean the power scales are a bit all over the place, right? I don't think it's game breaking. I don't think it's a huge issue, but it's probably one of the bigger frustrations. They don't know what to do with healing and revival, right? The categorizations, they jump the lore all over the place. It's just they just don't have a cohesive idea of what their magic system is. I think if they committed to something strongly enough and just kind of built out from there, they'd find themselves in a better shape.
I mean, that's not a bad point. The spell schools are ridiculous. And I maintain Fireball should be level 4. It's too powerful.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of it should be. Yeah. It feels like all of it is a hat on a hat on a hat, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Scott, what's your hottest take about D&D?
I don't know. I have like 40 lukewarm takes, but my hottest take, shit, I don't know. Because I could complain about how no one ever gets to see level 20. I could complain about how boring the Faerun is. And I can complain about how broken some classes get and how some players are insufferable for literally wanting to break the game. But none of that's a hot take.
Reach.
I
think Faerun might be a pretty hot take. Feels like one of the more popular settings.
Yeah,
I'm
I
an
think that
Eberron
anybody
fan.
that has read the novels, right, or is enjoying Baldur's Gate 3 or something might have a bit of an issue with that. So
Okay.
good hot take.
I don't.
I'm an Eberron fan though, so I'm on record with Eberron is a million times better, and I will fight someone in the comments over that.
All right, I'll let you know when we start to get the Eberron hate,
Oh,
which has
God.
yet to happen. By the way, everyone seems to love it. So,
Rightfully so.
Mekka, you're the other one that doesn't play in standard, D&D lore. You're always going to third party stuff. So, what's your hottest take about D&D?
Mine is that magic isn't dangerous enough.
Right?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I agree with you. It's the same thing with Gerald. It's why we're doing a whole series on spells because it feels.
Oh, actually, I don't think I actually mentioned this in the episode, Adam. You know that rule about only one spell slot per rule?
Yep.
Yeah, I ignore that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if my players have something that says action and bonus action, fair game.
Does that ever feel power gamey?
I am going for the throat, Adam.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. It gives
Have
them
at
a
it.
fighting chance. Yeah. All right. Robert, hottest D&D take?
Similarly lukewarm. I think digital D&D is just fine. I think playing online and using digital aids and digital rolling is perfectly okay. I know there's a lot of purists out there who say, no, you need to be at the table. And I mean, I will say there have been plenty of times where being online has bit me in the ass because I can't read somebody and they can't read me and the reactions. But 9 times out of 10, perfectly fine to play online instead of in person.
I'm slowly coming around on that because I was very anti-online for the longest time, but I am slowly coming around to say, hey, there's some decent tools here. This will work for people that can't be in the same room. So
I mean, honestly, it's a hybrid system, right? If you could have a digital map where you can just scroll through your maps and you can measure off of it and move tokens there, and then, roll in person and you can see each other, best of both worlds. But, you don't, there are some that are just staunchly, you have to be in person or it doesn't count, which is insane to me.
yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Okay, but like to tag team on digital tools, I cannot stand a character sheet that I have had to write and erase on more than 3 times because now it looks disgusting and I hate it.
That's just your OCD.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, that's what I use the digital tools for, right? I always have a physical copy of my character sheet and a digital copy, and I use the digital copy to track the stuff that moves, right? I track my HP on there. I track my consumable stuff on there. So any of my my assets as a character, if I'm using a rage or I'm using a spell slot, I'll track that digitally, so I don't have to constantly write and erase, just because it makes it easier.
Scott, Gerald, you should do it. I do, and just write it in pen, so you don't have to erase. You can just line it out when it's wrong and write it again next to it.
You are a maniac.
I was gonna come with a great solution: just laminate. That's what a lot of my players do. We laminate our sheets.
Well, it's a lot harder to dig the pen through the laminate, but I mean, if you want to put in the effort, you end up scarring the table some. But...
Yeah, I started mid-COVID, so I started out online, and then when I finally got people to come to the table, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going back.
Yeah. I do think that there's something special about having people around, but you can't always do that. To Robert and Adam's point, there's just some folks don't have the community, or the people who they play with move really far away. I'll have a game that's always going to be digital because the people that I started playing with in high school moved to New York or Portland, and it's the only way that we can all still kind of keep that moving.
Yeah, great answers. Andri, you're the last one for this. What's your hottest D&D take?
Oh boy. This is why I drink before doing this. Strahd is not all that. He is a very meh.
Okay then.
I come from the land of ice and fire. You didn't think I was going to bring some heat with me?
I will say this, as Jeff, who used to be one of our hosts, would often say, Strahd is only as good as the DM wants to make him between sessions. So
Strahd is a lot like the 5th edition dragons, where it's like, this is a good thing to start from. Now add spells. Now add stuff to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a different stat block for Strahd based on actual, because I read the books for Ravenloft a long time ago. Strahd's very different from what I picture him as in the 50 version.
I 100% agree that Strahd and 5e Dragons are very similar, but I don't think that making Strahd when I bought a fucking module should have been my job, which is why Strahd is not all that. I bought a module to make it simple. The fact that I have to do extra work that I might not have had is a problem.
That's fucking 100% accurate, that the final product of most of the modules in the printed are, incredibly lacking. However, you should know from experience by now, you've always got to fucking change the module.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I remember I took over a Strahd campaign, and my friend who was DMing then, her first time DMing, and the module and Strahd did not have enough information for her. She was in university. She did not have the time to do this all on her own. So I took over, and I am now putting in the work. The fact that she would have had to put in the work pissed me off.
It's also worth pointing out that as beloved as Curse of Strahd, the campaign is, the book itself is very strangely laid out. And so here's my prediction. We're at the end, obviously, of 2025 right now, and they have not made any announcements about anything coming out in 2026, which means we are months behind on the announcement thing. And I'm betting, because next year is going to be, I think, the 40th anniversary of Ravenloft, and and Curse of Strahd is the most popular 5th edition. I bet we're getting a complete overhaul, and we're going to get a new Curse of Strahd book. Like that's my kind of quiet prediction.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I
had
was
the
reading-
novel that came out a while back.
Yeah, they released the revamped version in the box set when they did, and I own that. The main deal there is that they changed they removed a lot of the like Romani coded
Yeah,
the
the
word
racism.
gypsy and stuff. Yeah, so they got rid of all that, and then they
It's the
just
racism.
and then they broke it out into separate booklets so that your monsters were different than the campaign. So you didn't have to flip back and forth between the book. You could have 3 or 4 little booklets open, which was really cool. And I mean, the whole thing's in the shape of a big coffin. But I think they're going to give us a brand new campaign that is going to be either a sequel to or a sister adventure to Curse of Strahd, right? So I think that we're going to see something big in Ravenloft coming.
Well, hopefully we get a different domain. Provia is fine, but there's a lot of other places in there.
Yeah, I was reading just yesterday that they were going to release the Strahd update as part of the new Spelljammer.
I don't even
That's
know
not
how
true.
to unpack
That's
that
not
shit.
true.
Let's move on. Fuck, I'm mad.
They were going to
already.
replace the Romani with the Hadozi because they wanted to really lean into it this time.
Yeah,
Just gonna put them all in the same spot.
Yeah.
This is Racism Island.
Yeah. We're gonna
And that's why they're
Yeah.
in hell, essentially, right? Like, look, yes, this makes sense now.
we're gonna go hang out with the orcs in the Drow too. This will be fine. All
Jesus
right,
Christ.
Scott, rescue us from this shit and roll a d20, please.
Okay. Yeah. I got an 8.
An 8 is Peps asking if you had a phylactery, what would it be?
That is a good question. I'm just gonna go with a rolling pin because why not? I like baking.
Of anyone, Peps would appreciate that.
I know she would. I mean, that's all my tattoos. They're all baking.
Are they? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I should drop them in the chat.
Yeah, do that. Mekka, if you had a phylactery, what would it be?
A 3-gallon bucket of lemonade from the county fair.
You know,
We talking sweet lemonade or sour lemonade here?
Yes.
Okay.
I was not expecting that. I don't even know how to unpack that. Robert, what's your phylactery?
Probably my Toyota pickup truck, because that thing is unfucking killable, and I abuse it, and it is vital to me.
I can break it.
That's fair. No, it's a Toyota. It'll bounce back pretty quick.
No, I've broken a fair share of Toyota pickups.
Just don't take it to Iceland. You'll be fine, Robert.
Andri, you're not allowed in my phylactery.
Fuck.
Andri, what's your phylactery?
You know what? I have 2 answers. My first instinct was butt plug for no reason. I have no good reason for this answer. I want everybody to know this.
Well, maybe the discussion in the Discord earlier.
You know what? That might be it. Yeah, that definitely is.
For anyone not in the Discord, that's going to sound really strange, but okay, we're going to keep moving on.
Teaser.
I think
That's what we call a teaser, Adam.
Yeah.
yeah.
Again,
No,
not
my
touching that. What's your other
my
answer?
actual answer would probably just be like that. It's really boring, but I bought a gemstone that we have in Iceland. I have so many of those at home. I have enough to survive.
What's your favorite gemstone?
My favorite gemstone would be blue cat's eye, specifically.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Absolutely stunning rock.
Okay, can we just take a second to acknowledge that if we all had phylacteries, Andri would be the most safe because he would just enchant it to be fireproof and throw it in a volcano, and he's gonna live forever.
I mean, yeah,
No.
that's true.
I
should
mean,
do that.
I said Toyota. So,
Robert,
Gerald.
I'm gonna send you a video of the Toyota I fucking wrecked last year.
okay.
All right, Gerald, what's your phylactery?
Oh man, it is probably a carafe full of bourbon.
The amount of liquid, I was not expecting it to be liquid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my phylactery is just going to be Dave because, again, unkillable and he will disappear into the mountains. So,
See, there's an interesting take on this of how much do you want to keep surviving, right?
Just till I get to the end of the book.
anytime the Mekka gets really bored, he just reaches for the bucket with a straw. He's like, "That's it. I'm going to end it." Mekka, last roll on the ladies' table.
All right. 15.
15. Megan, we avoided Casey's questions. All right, Megan asks, which host would you want to share a cup of tea with and plot a total world takeover with?
All right. We're going to have to skip on the tea, but if we're plotting world domination, it's between Megan or Mekka. Probably Mekka.
Good luck with that, man. You're on your own. All right, Robert.
Probably Terry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I
because of the tea, right?
because the tea, he would know tea. He would have a good okay. He's got it's genetically he knows how to do the tea correctly. And then I think we would either come at it with a weird former military guy approach, or we would just get distracted comparing shitty stories about the military, and that would also be a fun afternoon.
I mean, that's fair. Andri, which host do you want to share a cup of tea with and plot to take over the world with?
If it can be coffee, I'd pick you, Adam.
Nice.
I feel like there's no other correct answer, honestly.
I know that two of the hosts, and I don't know which two, but at least two of them are butthurt right now, but that's okay.
That's okay.
And yeah, man, I'm a bit of a coffee connoisseur. I have given up on caffeinated coffee in the last couple of years, which has limited my options, but man, do I love a good cup of coffee. So that brings us to Gerald.
I'm going to have to go with Megan because I assume she already has a plan, and I know how to make tea.
Megan's a good choice too because she used to be, I don't know what her position was, but she was like a regional director of like a popular tea chain here in British Columbia for a while. She was like flying all over the province to set up stores and get Megan knows her tea as well, which is
see, nailed it.
Yeah. And Scott.
So since apparently the tea can be replaced, we're going to go with wine, and I'm going to hang out with Casey. And we're not actually going to do it, but we're going to have a good time chatting about it.
I would not be surprised if she pulls out a binder with just low-key world domination.
She's like, I've thought this through.
Yeah.
But that's just too much effort right now, and we're just having a good time.
I'm pretty sure that's how she passed the time during COVID, was just coming up with ways to take over the world. So, and wine, and lots of wine.
Lots of wine, yes.
All right, that brings us to the end of the ladies' table. That's going to move us into the third and final table, which is questions from a raging megalomaniac. But we're going to have to roll initiative first.
I got a 1.
Did anybody get a 15 to 20?
Yeah.
Gerald, did you just say nat 1?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll plug you in there then. 10 to 15?
14.
11.
Scott and Andri, where'd you land?
I got a 4.
I got a 5.
I got a rock.
Mekka, why don't you roll D20 for questions from a raging megalomaniac?
All right, here we go.
12. Adam asks, if there was a house fire and you only had the opportunity to grab a single nostalgic item from your childhood, what's that item and what does it mean to you?
Oh.
Yeah, we're not fucking around anymore.
I need my action.
All right, Robert, you're up next.
I have a teddy bear that my grandmother sewed for me the day before I was born that I still have. So I'm running in and grabbing that.
I mean, fair enough. Has your son played with it? Is it a hand-me-down or is it up on a shelf somewhere safe?
He was playing with it until he discovered the joy of markers, and now we've taken that away from him until I can find all the fucking markers in the house and hide them, because goddamn, the kid just spawns goddamn Sharpies, and half my walls look like Jackson Pollock misprints. But once that's done, I'll probably give it back to him.
Awesome. Andri, if there was a house fire and you had the opportunity to grab only one single nostalgic item from your childhood, what is it and what does it mean to you?
Unfair that it's only one. Let's make that perfectly clear. I would. It's barely from my childhood, but
Is it a Lego?
Of course it's gonna be a Lego.
Is it the phylactery butt plug?
Yeah. No, I enchanted it to be fire resistant, so I don't have to worry about that.
Right.
One item. Fuck, bro. I'm stuck between two. I'm stuck between the teddy bear that I've had since I was born and the huge Lego that I have hanging up on me at all times in the office. But that's not even from my childhood. That's just because I really like that Lego.
Which one is it?
I'll have to go for the teddy bear. Honestly, I've never seen a teddy bear like it. It's not sewed, but it is very not a product of its time, but it's very early 2000s esque.
All right, cool. Scott, what's your answer?
So it would be the wooden truck my grandpa made. He got into woodworking. He made 3 trucks, and on it has like a little sign that says our last name and sons. He made 3, one for him and one for each of his 2 boys. When he had passed about 7 years ago, my mom asked if there was anything in particular that we wanted, and I said, I want that truck. So I have that truck, and I will be running through a house fire for it.
I mean, fair enough. Good answer. Gerald.
I'm gonna echo Andri here, where just one is rough. I'll have to go. I still have my original copy of the Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1. It's the first thing I bought myself. Probably that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking back to the first CD that I ever bought myself back in like 1993, and I'm like, yeah, that's got some sentimental value. Mekka.
If I had to pick, I was literally thinking, like, what do I have from my childhood that's still around? And most of it, I don't know where it is, actually. So if I had to pick, if it was a house fire, I'd probably go for my the book that my dad used to read to me. It's an African Tales book with Kope and Nanse and all of them. And it'd probably be that.
That's really sweet. Like, that's I like that. These were all great answers, and now we know a little bit more about you, besides just D&D stuff. So let's see, Robert, you were up next. Let's roll on the questions from a raging megalomaniac.
16.
Adam asks, what was the last really good book that you read, and what was so great about it?
Last really good book. I am reading right now the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, so I'm just gonna kind of lump all those together into one big one. And I like that it is fun and quirky, and there's always new stuff coming up. But I also like that they keep touching base on the like legitimate psychological weight and problems that would be happening to people in that situation. So
I just finished book 3, but I'm listening to it on Audible based on Sean's recommendation. And it is the single greatest audiobook I've ever heard in my life. If you have read it, you should also, like, the next time you go through it, check out the Audible version of it. It is the most hilarious thing that you've ever heard. They've just straight up got multiple voices and multiple actors working on it, and it's amazing.
I'll have to check it out. I think I'm in I think I just started book 6. So yeah,
it's wild. I'm so happy that you said that. That brings us to Andri. What was the last really good book that you read, and what was so great about it?
Is it going to come to a surprise to you at all if it's a Star Wars book?
Which one?
Thrawn Ascendancy.
And what was so great about it? Well, I mean, it's a Thrawn book, so it's going to be good, but
yeah, no, it's just the inner workings of Thrawn as a head, like, and you're learning, like, I mean, it's not teaching you how to think like Thrawn, but you're going to pick up on how he would think. So I actually have kind of started using this type of thinking for my DMing so that I can learn my players' characters to see how they would act and predict that, and so fuck them over.
Andri's motto is think like Thrawn, act like Jar Jar.
Fuck. You got me.
Hey man, you want to disguise a big bad evil guy? Jar Jar all the fucking way.
I mean, he is the truth's Lord for a reason,
All right, moving on because I'm already annoyed. Scott.
I listened to the audiobook for it, but it was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy.
Oh yeah, was that good?
It's absolutely fantastic. I recommend the audiobook because she narrates it.
Oh, holy
She
shit.
reads her own book. It's insanely moving and fantastic, and it highlights a lot of issues that are not often talked about with child actors and actresses. And I'm also glad her mom died.
Yikes. Wow, that's powerful. I'm blown away by the fact that she read it. That is doubling down commitment.
If you ever have like an audiobook read by the author, do it. It will be worth it.
Well, especially one like that.
Yeah, especially like an autobiography, right? Jesus. Yeah. Gerald, what was the last really good book that you read? What was so great about it?
Man, so I just wrapped up the books that are out for Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive. Yeah, and that's it. I really like those books. They're very good. He has a way of kind of getting in the heads of the characters, and I'm a big characterization guy. I really like authors that can build up characters and kind of put you in their heads a little bit, and make them truly three-dimensional. So that's probably my answer. I'll stay away from the history books that I'm reading.
Fair enough. Mekka.
Okay. I'm currently in the middle of several book series, but that's what, you know what? I just finished a book series called Empire of the Vampire. And it's exactly what you're thinking. It's the world's gone dark. Everything is bad. There are half-naked saints with tattoos that glow in the dark that kill vampires that are half-bloods. It's all fun. It's extreme.
Was this written by Laurel K. Hamilton?
No, this is written by Jay Kristoff, who is... There's also some smut in there, a little bit, just a little bit. I don't know why, but it's
you can't have a vampire book without smut.
This
If Anne Rice taught us anything.
It gets really, really dark, but it also gets really, really fun.
Interesting. Okay. I like any book that's willing to fuck over their main characters.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No one ends happy. No.
All right. Cool. That brings us to Andri. Time to roll on this table.
Wait. Come on, guys. 14. Symbolic. I found the word, by the way, guys. Symbolic that I'm rolling 14 on my birthday, which is the 14th of December. Dated this episode. Fuck you, Adam.
Not your 14th birthday?
It's not my 14th birthday. No, I'm not that young. Jesus Christ.
I don't know, man. The drinking age in Europe is a little strange. So,
hey, well, compared to you old fucks, I'm a child, but you know, whatever.
Adam
hurt my hip.
You now all have the opportunity to get Andri drunk and set him up to bang one D&D monster. Which one do you choose and why? I love that you rolled this on your fucking birthday.
Is this the actual question?
Yes. Yeah. This is written down on my sheet. You now all have the opportunity to get Andri drunk and set him up to bang one D&D monster. Which one do you choose and why?
Oh my god, Andri, you have the opportunity to get yourself drunk.
Holy shit, bro. What?
Maybe. So I guess, if
what?
we're starting with you, which D&D monster are you going to bang, Andri?
What D&D monster would I fuck? I mean, there's so many to choose from. Fuck. This is actually... I'm going to hold my action.
All right.
That's the correct answer. You know what? I toyed around with the idea of a Medusa or a Succubus, but I'll just give him the real Bard experience, and he can have a dragon.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, you got to be specific. What color and what age?
We're doing an adult for legal reasons. We'll do. I'm doing one of the metallics, so we'll probably which one? The copper or the brass that just likes to hang out with people?
Well, I mean, Andri.
It would be the brass.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, there
Brass
you go.
likes to hang out with people. Wait, I'll take that.
All right, Gerald.
I'm going to call back to Scott's Beholder Cyclops.
Oh, dang it. I should have done the call back to the Feywild we had last time we did this.
Amazing.
I mean, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
That's right. And so are the eye rays, so be careful.
Mekka.
Yeti.
Yeah.
Welcome to Iceland.
So
That's not very exotic.
The average Icelandic man.
Look, I'm just looking for something close. And
Robert.
Etten.
And Etten.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them.
Because one of the
really
heads will be
enjoying
into it, and the other
one
head will
really
just be
isn't.
furious the whole time, and that would be hilarious to hear through the wall or hear about later.
I love the second head just kink shaming the whole time.
Hey, some people are into that.
Andri, back round to you now.
Oh shit! That went by so fast. Jesus Christ. That's what she said. Shit. Oh god, I didn't think about this at all. I was too busy laughing. How about we'll just be close to home, and I will pick for myself a frost giant.
There you go. So many of these were large or huge sized creatures, and I'm like, this is death by snoo snoo for Andri, and we all know it.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Andri
what a
seems
way
like
to
the kind
go.
of guy that wants a dummy mommy. It's fine.
I hope my fiance does not listen to this episode.
Does she listen to many of your episodes?
Yeah, well, she listens to them when I listen back to them. I'm not going to listen to this one back.
You showed up drunk.
This one is not the car ride.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Scott, time to roll on the table.
I got a 14.
That was one that Andri just rolled, so re-roll.
We're not going for round 2 for Andri?
He just had
I
5
don't think I
rounds.
survived round 2.
Given what we chose, I don't think he gets around 2.
That's fair. I got a 13 then.
Adam asks, what's the most embarrassing thing about yourself that you're willing to share on the internet?
Oh, good God. What is the most embarrassing thing about myself? Probably that I have quite the knack for oversharing and have definitely told a lot more people a lot more details about me than they really need to know.
I mean, that's fair. My impulse is like, what's an example? But we'll leave it alone.
What's an example? I have gone into a great big detail about some of my sex life to people who did not want to hear any of that.
I mean, sharing is caring, so.
Yeah.
Gerald, what's the most embarrassing thing about yourself you're willing to share on the internet?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to hold my action on this one. I gotta give that some thought.
All right, Mekka.
Oh. Let's see.
I'm low-key waiting for everyone to hold their action just to screw Gerald over so it swings back around immediately.
You know what? I'm gonna start on
Oh.
the trend.
All right, let's move on to Robert while those two think.
I smell bad. I have a distinct body odor, and I'm probably have some low-key allergy that I don't know about that gives me gas. So I'm not a good smelling man.
Well,
So you fit right in on the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say that just comes from being in the Navy, right?
It does, and sometimes our shower's not working for days on end.
Oof, rough. Andri, what's the most embarrassing thing about you you're willing to share on the internet?
I feel like I just had the most embarrassing moments of my life. I don't know, man. I'm a guy. You don't think I embarrass myself every single day at work? Sharing
not
the
on the
internet? I know. I'm gonna hold my action.
All right, Gerald, back around to you.
Damn it. I don't know. I think let's go with man, this is a tough one. I am just a dumb guy, but I don't think that I have anything terribly embarrassing out there.
You're not an oversharer like Scott or wafting in a gentleman's musk like Robert?
I eat too much garlic, I guess.
As he sits in the Italian restaurant, embarrassed as he asks the waiter to go back for a third tray of garlic.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of valid, though. Garlic's nice.
Do you guys not eat cloves of garlic for fun? Is that not a normal experience?
Expensive at home.
Yeah. I mean,
all right, Gerald, you're floundering. I'm going to move on to Mekka.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks.
All right. I don't. It's hard for me to think of one, so I'm just going to go with the last one that I think people were shocked when they found out, and I guess that's kind of embarrassing. I eat bones.
Like just a handful of chicken bones as a snack, or like in a stew?
Yes, I have pocket chicken and pocket chicken bones and pocket rib bones, and the inevitable question is, does it that hurt when you come out? And I'm like, yes, I'm not stopping.
That's wild. I was not expecting that.
Is it the crunch?
It's the crunch, it's the marrow.
Yeah.
Plus, if you cook it long enough, like 4, 6, 8 hours, the bones is almost like cotton candy.
I was going to say, what kind of dental insurance do you have?
No, I've heard of this before though, of like cooking, like boiling bones long enough, they take on almost a different texture too, right? And
Yes, delicious.
and they're healthy too.
Mhm.
Well, depending on the bone, but
No, because I've had like roasted bone marrow before where it was like a section of like a cow femur. They just cut it and they roast it and then you scoop out the marrow and put it on toast and it's really good. But I don't think that's exactly what we're talking about here.
Not exactly, no.
But I get it. The marrow's tasty.
Mm-hmm.
I was just not expecting that. That's wild. I wouldn't even say that's embarrassing. That's just like
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I get it. I get it.
imagining you, it's the embarrassing thing that gets me because it's like, are you sheepishly taking a raw rib bone out of your pocket while you're at the movie theater and hoping nobody sees you? Like,
You joke, but yes, you joke.
Wow, that's wild. Okay, hold on. Who else held their action? Andri.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this would be embarrassing for other people, but for me, I have, because of my Icelandic heritage, I have parts of my accent that I cannot get rid of. For example, often when I have to pronounce a W and a V, they sound the exact same because I do not have a basis of it in Icelandic, and I'm very often embarrassed by that. Or I'm often embarrassed about my speech impediment. I have a slight lisp that I have trained through, but these are only embarrassing to me. These are not embarrassing things on their own.
Yeah, and honestly, neither of those are. I've done literally hours of recording with you now, and they're non-factors.
yeah, man, you and I went out to fucking lunch or brunch or something for hours, and I am learning about your speech impediment now. So it's not.
It's
not.
Yeah, no, it's because I am so acutely aware of it. But I don't know. Other than that, I'm lazier than I definitely should be. I'm full of energy, but dude, fuck all with it.
Yeah, that's it's 2025. That's everybody.
Yeah.
Gerald, one last chance to pipe in with something before we move on.
One last chance to pipe in with something. Man, I don't think I have a good. This is a thing I do that is all that strange. I guess I read the dictionary for fun, or read the dictionary for fun. But like, I don't. Just a weird nerd.
No, you should be embarrassed about that.
we're all
the dictionaries are very good, but
we're all weird nerds. When you would read the dictionary for fun, are you talking like you would just pick a random page and start reading for fun, or like?
Yeah, I wanted to find words I didn't know so I could learn them.
Oh well, that's a good reason to read it, though.
Yeah, how many freaking websites existed in the early 2000s which were like word of the day, right? And like word trivia and stuff. I think that's relatively normal. I know there's subreddits dedicated to that.
I'm your word of the day. Yeah. And now I speak like Victorian era weirdo. It's fine.
Gerald, have you seen the film Professor and the Madman?
I have not.
It's about the original making of the Oxford Dictionary.
Incredible.
Yeah. Mel Gibson, Sean Penn.
The dictionary wars in general were just a great story.
It's so wild that people don't know that either, right? Like I went down that rabbit hole a couple of years ago and I'm like, this is phenomenal.
Yeah, haha, surely who would not know about that?
You know what,
words
Scott?
mean things the way that they mean things because some weirdo decided that. So we just picked the weirdo.
I'm with you, Scott.
All right, we're gonna move on before I start dictionary shaming people. Gerald, last one for this table.
All right, here we go. Oh, I got a 14 too. Andre, it's destiny.
Round 3.
No. Oh God, no.
A 20 again.
If it was round 3, we got to start off with a water elemental just to get him back up on his feet. 20. Adam asks, who has been the most positively influential person in your life and why? And you cannot say a significant other.
I had a teacher when I was in high school. When I was in like middle school and stuff, I was bullied a bunch because I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was a weird kid that read the dictionary for fun.
What?
When I got to high school, I joined like a professional preparedness coursework. That's like you go there for half the day for the last couple of years of high school, and I got a certification in like computer networking technologies. And the teacher there he's like an old Marine, and he just was really good at calling me out for my teenage bullshit and kind of setting me in the right direction. So I can credit most of my ability to move forward in life to that guy.
That's awesome. Mekka.
Probably my mom, simply because she has to deal with all of my shenanigans for way longer than she should have.
That hits home for me. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, everybody pour it out for your moms.
Robert.
I mean, yeah, it's my mom, but if we're not going with immediate family, the author Terry Pratchett, who I've never met, but feel like I met him, and I started reading him in high school when, I was just as probably weird and difficult as angsty as everybody else in this chat. I'm envisioning all of us sitting at a high school lunch table quietly, Mekka eating his bones, Gerald eating more garlic than he should, Scott yelling about his sexual encounters, and like me just smelling bad.
And Andri just getting pounded by some huge creature.
Yeah, and Andri desperately trying to avoid getting pounded by some poor huge creature. Shouldn't have slipped the Mickey to the school mascot. Now that pig is loose. But no, Terry Pratchett as an author, I was reading his stuff and I was like, oh, okay, cool. This guy writes characters which clearly he has had these experiences and has had these feelings before. And I am feeling a lot of very similar things. And I've not been able to, one, put them into words or really talk to anybody else or find anybody else who had similar. And so it sucks that other people are going through it, but it's nice to know that I'm not alone in that and that somebody else took these feelings and made something as amazing and fun and beautiful out of it as the works he did for Discworld.
Man, and Pratchett, of all the authors, I assume that we're all in the same age range, of all the authors that were around and writing when we were that age. Man, he's the realist. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great answer. I was not expecting someone to just mention an author, but clearly fundamental and like seminal works for a lot of people. Just like I could say that I've definitely been crafted by authors when I was a teenager for sure. Andri, who's been the most positively influential person in your life and why?
I have to pick one.
You can name somebody on this call if you want.
Why the fuck would I do that?
Because I'm your dad, Andri.
What?
What's a twist?
Happy birthday, son.
I mean, honestly, I would probably, I hope my mother doesn't listen to this. I would have probably had to say my grandma, so my mother's mom, because she indirectly put me on the course of my entire future of becoming a glacier guide, for allowing me to work with her for 2 or 3 summers, and it showed me the wild beauty just throughout my life of the wilderness and the absolute gems that glaciers are, and how unfortunate it is that they are disappearing in front of our very eyes. And now I get to tell people who come to me for tours that exact same thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And educate them about the absolute real threat that is global warming to our world. If I had to name some more people, it would be my immediate friends. They've gotten me through some dark times as well, but I would have to say my grandma.
No, that's awesome. And Scott?
I'm gonna throw a little curveball and say that the single most positive influence in my life has been myself. Life has been unkind to me at times, and while I have always had a good support system, I'm not saying this like I had no one, but I put in the work. I had a lot I had to do, a lot I had to work through, and a lot that I had to just get through the next day. And now at this age, I get to reap some of those benefits.
There's something to be said about being able to recognize the journey that you as a person or any person, like when they're reflecting upon themselves, the journey they've gone through and how it's gotten to them to where they are, and how I honestly believe that most people have difficulty self-reflecting and then giving themselves appropriate accolades because it feels a little awkward and it feels a little cringy sometimes, and it makes people feel uncomfortable to do that kind of work. And it's awesome to hear that you've done that, Scott. That's amazing.
Oh, do not get me wrong. A lot of the time I said this sucks and I hate it.
Oh, sure.
But it is worth it in the end.
All right. Now we're going to swap gears for a moment. We're going to roll initiative one more time, and then you guys can choose which table you want to roll on. So let's roll those D20s. And do we have any 15 to 20?
I got a 19.
19.
All right.
Motherfucker, guys.
Okay, hold on. I heard a lot of teens. Who got what? Andri?
I got a 19.
Gerald, you get a 19?
I also got a 19.
Robert, what'd you get?
15.
Okay, so Andri and Gerald roll off.
Fucker, dude.
That one's a 16.
5.
Sorry, son.
Scott
How
and
could you do this to me,
Mekka.
Dan?
Scott
I
and
got a
Mekka, what'd you
12.
get? Sorry, Scott, you got a 12?
That is correct.
And
I
Mekka?
got a 9.
Last with a 9. That's some high rolls considering how I think it was the first round was not solid. But Gerald, we have questions from Troubled Minds, Ladies Edition, and questions from a raging megalomaniac.
All right, let's go with the Troubled Minds Ladies Edition.
All right, roll a d20.
13. Did we already do that one?
We did.
Oh, 16.
We did that one too.
11.
We did not do that one.
Perfect.
Casey. Oh, good. Casey asks, who introduced you to D&D?
Oh, I did. I saw the books and I thought they looked really cool. So I bought the first one.
Did you
And then I
realize that
figured
neither
out-
of the D's stood for dictionary at the time?
Yeah, I was very disappointed. That I really realized that it was like a game that I needed other people for. So I started to drag in some of my friends, and here we are now.
No, fair enough. Andri, who introduced you to D&D?
That would be my fiance.
Really?
Before we were ever together, she introduced me to D&D, and I stuck around at the current party we're both in. And almost 6 years later, we are getting married, and we have still the same friend group playing D&D together.
Hold on. Was there an engagement announcement that I missed?
Oh no!
Yeah,
I
it
just
was
never
earlier
told
this
anybody.
episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got engaged in October. I just didn't. I haven't even told my immediate family. I don't care enough.
Jesus, Andri. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats, Andri. Seriously.
Thank you, guys.
Round of applause.
Now you have to race Scott to the altar because he's getting married next year.
September 5th?
You will see what I get out of the insurance claim.
Co-wedding. Scott, you want to go to Iceland for your wedding?
No, I already had the venue booked. He has to come to me.
Yeah, see, problem with that. You have, I'm not, you know what, just problem with that. I don't have to mention anything more.
Yeah, the problem is that there's not a heavy metal concert going on at the venue, so he's not going to show up.
I mean, that's okay. That's the first problem. There's a second problem I'm worried about.
Robert, who introduced you to D&D?
It was my cousin's June 12th, 1993. It was the weekend Jurassic Park came out. We went and saw Jurassic Park, went home, played D&D.
That's
Awesome.
What a great day.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a great day.
It has been downhill since then.
That sounds like the best day.
It peaked early.
Scott, who introduced you to D&D?
So D&D specifically, I don't fully remember. But for role-playing games, it was my brother's friend Magnus. We played Warhammer 40,000 Dark Heresy, and I was in middle school. So we're talking like 14 years ago.
Frickin' Magnus is the name of one of my NPCs that the players are about to meet, and he's problematic. So,
Not the same Magnus.
Yeah, he mentioned Warhammer 40,000.
yeah, right.
That's fair.
Mekka, who introduced you to D&D?
I think I might have told the story on the episode, but okay. So introducing me to D&D, I've kind of bounced off of it like several times. Like I remember as a kid reading like the Dragonlance and Ravenloft books. I didn't realize that was D&D. And then years later, eventually one of my friends, just like 1 week when I was just off from work, he was just like, "Hey, we have a campaign 3.5. You'd probably have fun." And he dragged me there, and they just made me a quick character. And I was just a character in the middle of their campaign while they were fighting on a boat that they had been in I think it was 3.5, and they were fighting for a while. And I got to go in, and I was supposed to save the princess, but I ended up robbing some monks. And that was probably my first session. I didn't play again until years later when Critical Role came out. So
Fair enough. Supposed to save the
I-
princess, but end up stealing from monks is the most D&D intro you could possibly have.
Though I don't
Yeah.
think anyone ever made a quick character in 3.5.
That's also true.
All right. That is up to Andri. Which table do you want to roll on?
Let's go the ladies again. Let's see what outrageous thing we can muster up here.
I assume we'll be rolling on the ladies' table repeatedly here. Yep. Roll a d20.
16. We already got that.
That's right.
The 12.
Peps asks, "What do you dip your chicken nuggets in?" There's only one wrong answer. Then she does not tell us what that wrong answer is, but she will be judging you when she listens to this.
I dip my chicken. None of you are gonna know this fucking answer because it's an Icelandic sauce.
What is it?
It is called. It is in Icelandic. It is. This is a religious sauce, by the way. This is like what we have this with fucking everything, especially where I'm from. It is in Icelandic. It's called cocktail sauce, but in English it would be cocktail sauce. Essentially, what it is mayonnaise, ketchup, and some mustard mixed into one sauce. Very similar to Thousand Island dressing, but it isn't Thousand Island dressing.
I was gonna say that's like two of the main ingredients for like Big Mac sauce as well. I think like that's not
Yeah.
so strange.
Yeah,
No,
sauce,
but
we
like,
got that.
yeah, like it's the amount we have. Like this is a religious thing at home. I've been in Sweden for like for 2 days now. I have not seen a single fucking one. This is slightly.
All right, Robert, what do you dip your nuggets in?
I'm one of those people that normally goes sauceless, but when I'm feeling the urge, like a garlic parmesan.
Okay.
Wasn't dry. No, I'm sorry. I can fucking try this shit.
Scott.
Honey mustard.
Yeah, I'm a honey mustard guy. I'm with you on that one. Like that's my default. Unless there's something really weird on the menu, then I will try that. Mekka.
Mixture of sweet and spicy and honey mustard.
Fair enough. Not bone broth. Gerald.
For me, it's hot sauce. Pretty much the only sauce that I do.
What's your hot sauce?
Minced garlic.
Yeah, what's your favorite hot sauce?
with as little garlic as possible. The either red hot if it's me. I go through God only knows how much of that a year. Or whatever hot or buffalo sauce that they've got on hand.
Right on. Okay, well that one was easy enough to get through. Robert, which table are you rolling on?
Surprising everybody, I will take the ladies' table, and I rolled a 1.
Casey asks, "How did you find It's a Mimic?"
A friend of mine who I originally introduced to D&D in the first place, a Navy friend. We were talking about different podcasts we listened to, and she was trying to get into being a DM, and she said, "Hey, you should check out this one. It's about DMing, for DMs by DMs." So
nice. Scott, like I know the answer to all of this because I've asked each of you this in episodes, but like so we're just going to compile it all here. Scott.
I was making one of my first characters, and I found the double-bladed scimitar, and I said, "That's cool," but it's from this weird setting called Eberron. And It's a Mimic was the only one with a, in-depth breakdown of what even the hell Eberron is. And now it's my must-listen-to set of episodes, no contest.
It is still by far the most popular one. I can see the monthly views, and we still have people coming out of the woodwork listening to that.
How many of that is me?
Oh, well, there was someone in Peru that binged the whole thing twice last month. So you're definitely not the only person.
Scott is using a VPN to hide his tracks.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Mekka, how'd you find It's a Mimic?
I decided to be a DM, decided to listen to a bunch of podcasts. I searched on Audible and you were there.
Fair enough. Today I found out we were on Audible. All right. Gerald.
Yeah, I was looking for something different in the like TTRPG space, right? Like there are a lot of podcasts that are actual plays, which is interesting in that it gives you a glimpse into how other people are running the game while they run the game, right? But I wanted something kind of a little bit deeper. I wanted something that had more inspiration to it, that dug into maybe lore a little bit more. And I was looking around and I found It's a Mimic. I haven't left.
Yay. And
pretty much the only one out there.
I'm surprised there are not more podcasts like this of people just chatting about being DMs. Like it's all top 10 lists or like white room class, like character building or, let's plays, right?
Exactly.
Andri, how'd you find It's a Mimic?
Well, that would be My good buddy, English name Christopher, who is also in the Discord. Crisis, I think his name is supposed to be, but I've never been able to figure it out.
The only crisis
he-
there is his spelling of it.
yes, yes, it is. And he introduced me to it, and I have been listening since what, almost 2021, yeah.
Now I want to know how
So-
he found out about it.
I know, man. Probably the same way as everybody else, just trying to figure out how to be a DM.
No, I mean, that's fair.
But yeah,
All right. We've got 2 more questions, and I can hear Andri sobering up, so we should probably hurry through this. Scott, which table would you like to roll on? As if I didn't
Well,
know.
at this point, I feel like we just need to keep with the theme and go with the ladies' table.
You bullshit. You're going to choose a ladies' table anyway. I'm on to you.
You know me. I got an 8.
You got an 8. We've done that before.
Well, then let's see what else I get. How about a 12?
We've done that before. We've done 8 of the 20 already. So, like, we
How about
may
a
end up
10?
done that before.
An 18.
Haven't done that. Elwin asks, which NPC from any campaign do you secretly or not so secretly simp for?
Oh boy. I need to hold my action for this one.
All right. That brings us to Mekka.
Are we talking just 5e?
I don't think so. Like just from any tabletop role playing game. Although you might have to describe them a little bit and kind of give us a premise for the character.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action.
All right, Gerald.
Man, I'll go with there's a character that you meet early in the Descent into Avernus campaign. Name is Rhea. She's one of the Hell Riders that escaped from the city. Probably her.
Yeah. Is it badass art or is it just like the description of the character and the attitude of them?
It's the attitude of them mostly. I think there's not a lot of art for that character in the book. It's basically like the early guide, the tier 1 helper.
Okay, fair enough. Andri.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
I've already been picked against like a bunch of monstrous things. Fucking me, so man, fuck off the biggest one of them all, you know?
All right. We've done permanent damage to Andri today.
Yeah, no. Fucking probably Irene from Strahd. If I had to pick like a non-jokey one.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably a pretty popular answer there. Robert.
So this isn't a joke. What exactly does simp mean?
I'm just trying to come up with a definition off the top of my head. Someone that you are willing to, you know what? We're just going to Google it because I'm going to get this slightly wrong and someone is going to fucking yell at me in the comments. It's internet slang for someone, usually a man, who's overly submissive, attentive, or devoted to a crush or romantic interest.
None.
I think the question here, in all good faith, is like, what NPC do you have the biggest crush on?
What NPC do I have the biggest crush on? Damn, I have no idea. I haven't met any NPCs that my characters have developed a crush on. Probably one of Strahd's brides, just because I'm remembering some fun scenes from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us around to Scott.
Okay, so I have one NPC in a game. This isn't like, oh, a crush or anything weird. It's just I will do literally anything for this NPC and I love them. I'm playing in a Star Trek inspired game where one of the engineers is a Kenku named Terra. And that's Terra like Latin for Earth, Terra, just for the irony part of it. And she's just the best. She just has the I don't give a fuck about anything attitude. And my character specifically is the chief security officer. And she likes to go running through the insides of the ship where there are no security cameras. And then one day I beat her at poker and it's just been the rest is history.
All right. Okay. Mekka.
I'm usually the NPC. I don't really meet much when I'm a player. If I had to pick right now, there's an old Ravenloft adventure called Servants of Darkness, and Byrona would probably be the one I would simp for.
Again, like character art, or is it just like the attitude and the personality of this character.
She finds herself in need of saving, and
The damsel in distress. There you go.
Hold on a second. I wish I had this. Let me see if I can't pull up Andy's character sheet, because in part of his notes, he has a section listed crushes of all of his crushes, and maybe I'll just embarrass him on the podcast.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think
Where's the note section here?
Did I get everybody in that? Have we gone through everyone? I guess Robert didn't really give us a straight answer.
Well, poor Robert barely knew what simp meant, so it's fair.
Yeah, I think Byrona actually gets a little mention in the Tempest section in Van Richten's guide, but yeah.
Okay.
So no current character art for her.
He does have crushes on his character sheet copy that I have, so let's go through this. Let's see. The first one is the tattooed woman. She was from the Circus Sideshow. He said a woman with tattoos on the crush list. We have Hod, I play him as kind of a big muscular himbo. And then Hod is actually the assistant to Mordain, one of the performers, and I play her as a very snooty, pretentious French Houdini. So there you go. Those are Andy's crushes of my NPCs.
He's got range.
He does. Oh, there was also the guy who was described as being mid-40s with salt and pepper hair that Andy said, say that again.
Fair enough. You would not believe the number of himbos that I've started throwing into my campaigns, just because I've got 2/3 of my players that'll just kind of raise their eyebrows and go, "Tell me more." And now it's a thing that whenever a big, dumb, muscular man shows up, Dan and Dave tune the fuck out for the next 6 minutes. So it's pretty amazing feeling. Mekka, last question of the episode. Which table are you rolling on?
Let's go for the Madman table.
All righty.
I got a 9.
All right. And is this when you say the Madman, do you mean the one with all the dudes, or the one where it was just me asking questions? We're on that.
Just you.
Just me. All right, a 9. Adam asks, besides D&D and Pathfinder, what's your favorite tabletop role-playing game?
Why'd you have to throw that in there on me?
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm on to you.
Probably Swihinder right now.
Why? For everyone that doesn't know anything about it.
It's a D100. It's basically it's meant to emulate a bunch of books that I really like The Black Company and The Witcher, and it's what I wish 5e could be when I try to run dark fantasy in it, but
it is pretty dark though.
Mm-hmm.
Gerald,
that I've actually played. I'm gonna go with the Alien RPG. It's just really well designed, really deadly. It's a nice breath of fresh air from the kind of systems that I'm more accustomed to, where there are the consequences are muted a little bit to actions. I've really enjoyed playing in the that particular space. Though I am really excited to run a game in the Stormlight Archive books that I just got about a month ago.
Ooh,
okay.
Tell me how that goes.
I will. That system looks really, really interesting.
I had some peeks at it. It's I'm not running that.
I started in 3.5, so I'm not too worried about the noodliness, but I think it noodles in just the right areas to tickle, but we'll see.
All right. Andri.
I mean, ones that I've played, Cthulhu, by far. But my friend is starting to get us into Rune Quest.
Oh, nice.
And I am very excited to start playing that properly. And I have a feeling it might become my favorite RGB ever.
Cool.
Or TTRPG.
No, that's fun. I know of it. I've never actually sat down on the mechanics, so you got to keep us in the loop on that one.
I will. It's a lot of D100s, so I'm excited for that as well.
All right, Robert.
That I've played, there's a game called Imagine, and I liked it because it was, as Adam knows, because he somehow got a hold of some of the books, it is super dense and super crunchy. Like, it makes 3.5 look like a narrative game with
Holy shit, is it fucking dense.
It's a D100 system that is like, oh, did you want to aim at somebody's throat while they're wearing this kind of armor on a horse? Okay, well, that's on this page exactly. Like, they've got tons of tiny little nitnoid detaily rules, but that I haven't played, but I've been looking into. Blades in the Dark. I really like the flashback and stress system they introduce in that. I like
Yeah.
the kind of episodic nature. It's something I think we kind of miss in 5e, and D&D is sort of a set like mission beginning, mission end, downtime setup, which you don't really see that in a lot of the books and the pre-made material, and I don't think a lot of people run it at their table. But when you listen to a lot of the more popular actual plays, a lot of them adopt that kind of format because it just makes it a little easier to consume, and I think it would be a good thing to try and adopt in 5e.
Absolutely. I really preferred that as well. Like from a narrative structure.
Yeah, anybody who's running games right now, I would recommend reading through those books. A lot of that stuff ports really comfortably into other systems, just in terms of like the way that they manage it. Man, Blades in the Dark, good call.
Scott.
Let's see. Of the ones that I have played, I would have to say Black Crusade. It's one of the Warhammer 40,000 ones. It's one of the early ones that I played. You play as Chaos. It's a D100 system. And there's rules for mutating. And you can mutate based off one of the Chaos Gods, depending on the abilities you take. It's super old. It's really clunky. But I actually did just yesterday do a session 0 character creator for my group for a little 3-shot I'm going to run with Daggerheart. I think that will be a good system for my table, so I will be able to report back later how that goes.
I would love to
Ooh.
know. Yeah, because I think Brad is in a campaign for Daggerheart right now, and he's got a lot of thoughts about it. Most of them positive, but
Yeah,
Well, and
I second that.
Yeah, my table is very like they're here for the story, which is what Daggerheart focuses on. We did literally the character creator, and I think it was Joe was like, I'm actually kind of disappointed that this is going to be just a 3-shot because I really like this character I made.
yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah,
and
I
I
do wonder
love
how that
getting-
goes in campaign setting, but
Yeah, and I love getting that feedback during character creation too. People are that excited.
I'm surprised I didn't say 40K. Me and my buddies were trying to restrain ourselves from going into it. I don't have the fucking funds for all those fucking minis right now.
Oh man, Mieka asked me like 2 months ago. I think she was probing about Christmas presents. She's like, "Have you ever engaged with this thing called Warhammer?" And I sat her down and said, "Absolutely not. Do not." Open
Have you
those
ever tried
floodgates.
this thing called crack?
Exactly. Right.
Are you
Like,
interested? I've heard about this thing called crack. I don't.
Well, Swillhinder is what you use for Warhammer Old World, or at least I think at least some of them anyway. So that's basically what I've been playing.
Yeah, I just, my God, I love the lore.
Oh.
I've dug into the like YouTube like series on what the lore for Warhammer is, but man, I don't have the funds to support a Warhammer addiction. I'm just
Man.
learning how to paint minis. Now is not the time.
Some
Yeah.
of the
Play the
novels
game.
are solid too. Some of the novels are legitimately good reads.
So
Yeah.
I do have one bonus question because this is going to be at the end of, I think, most of the mailbags moving forward as I keep poking the hosts about this. Diggly Blue Munya on Reddit asked us a question that I think deserves a little bit more, community input. And so I'm going to ask each of you, and we're going to keep the same initiative order that you guys just rolled. And that is, what's a topic for an episode or miniseries on It's a Mimic that you would add to the list?
oh,
So that's Gerald first.
brutal. So I like the legend lore stuff. I really like the kind of digging into other systems and kind of getting a glimpse at the totality of the sphere of tabletop role playing. I think that's probably what I've been most interested in the last 6 to 12 months. In terms of trying to find inspiration and trying to look for different leverage points that I can bring new and interesting nuance to the games and systems that we're using. So I like bridging out. That's probably my answer.
Okay. I'm also taking notes for this because I'm going to file it away. I'm not going to lie. I had a very long conversation with Steve in the middle of October. We were sitting at a pub and he pitched the idea of doing a kind of regular how to play series for different gaming systems. And specifically the Alien RPG was like, all right, what are the cool mechanics we can talk about? What's the really cool lore that we can grab inspiration from? And do you want to talk about that? And I went, my God, I don't think you understand. I am trying to read these fucking Imagine books so that we can have some sort of legend lore episode about them. But as Robert says,
Oh, fuck, man. I'm sorry.
they're so fucking dense. And you gave me 4 of them. I am about 85 pages into book 1.
That is the entirety that's been released, though. That's all that's been released in the last 30 years. So
I wish there was some sort of fucking user guide for this. It's wild. So dense. But yeah, like notes taken, Gerald. Absolutely. And it's something we've talked about in the past. If there is time, it's something that we do intend to look into a bit. Andri, what's a topic for an episode or a miniseries on It's a Mimic you'd add to the list?
Yeah, I immediately had like a choky answer, and then Gerald pulls out that fucking gem. So now I feel, well, drunken stupor. I feel like that's fair enough. For like either one episode or a miniseries, appropriate snacks at the table. What should and should not be eaten while you're playing D&D?
Well, apparently garlic and lots of it is on the table.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's true. No, I mean, you could put it into more serious topic. For example, like you're obviously not going to bring anything somebody's allergic to. I feel like that's a fucking given if you're somewhat, of a human being. But like, for example, if you have fucking a jawbreaker, what the fuck are you doing? Like.
I feel like we could probably throw together an episode. It's been a while since we've done a DM tips episode, just because we're trying to put through the new core rule books. But I'm going to definitely put table etiquette and then buckets, food on the list, because honestly, it's one of the things that pisses me off the most during my games. The number of, because everybody brings snacks and they're all communal, so they put them in the giant like fucking snack bowls and they cover the table. And I'm like, guys, there's a fucking map. We don't need 7 fucking bowls.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's
I can't agree more with that. I'm going to start.
Yeah,
I'm going to start using maps soon, and I cannot stand when the snacks are all over the table.
One of the things that I'm trying to do is get everybody a little side table. So
I've already told my. He's just gonna make him sexual. That's what Dan does, No.
Whatever.
The
Just
side
hold the
table
snacks in place.
Side table for a side piece. Robert, what's a topic for an episode or a miniseries that you would like to add?
I could cheat here because I've got a few planned out already, but I'm not going to go that way. I'm trying to find a good way to put this, but I feel like when I read a lot of the D&D horror stories or green text or a lot of stuff online, it sounds like a lot of people almost asking permission to do something that should be obvious, and I'm meaning very specifically like leaving a table or kicking somebody from a table. And so I guess I think an episode on like green flags and red flags from both the player and the DM perspective, so that you sort of give people permission of like, look, you're not, you think you're having a bad experience with D&D, but in reality you're having a bad experience with that table.
Yeah.
You can leave it and then go find another one. Or you think you're a bad DM. No, you're not a bad DM. You've got 2 shit players who are here with the goal of wrecking the game, not playing. And so almost like that, most psychologists, all they do is they just give you permission to do the thing you want to do that you are ashamed of, like eating ribs at the movie theater or ordering more garlic at the movie theater when it's perfectly normal. So something like that of like, if you're having these troubles, here's some advice, but also it's completely okay. You're a human being. Don't stress out about it. Just kick that person from the table or leave the table.
Yeah, look, fair enough. Like I say, it's been a while since we've gone into these we can circle back now. We've got a whole bunch of new hosts, so it'll be good to hear what they've got to say about this stuff too. So I like that. Scott?
Who asked this question?
Diggly Blue Moonya.
All right, let me paint you a picture. Every 3 months, Adam sends me a message on Discord saying, hey, it's time for your next episode. What do you want to talk about? And every time I say, oh God, I don't know. So to answer your question, Diggly Blue Moonya, fuck if I know. But I'm going to listen to it.
Fair enough. Is there anything like there's nothing that you're like, oh, I figured you would have covered that by now?
No, because I figured you would have covered it by now, and I just didn't know you didn't.
All right, fair enough. We have not covered Cyclops, Beholder, Crossbreed, Dommy Mummies yet
Actually,
for
let's
Andri.
do a whole episode on creating
no.
House Vidalis monstrosities for me.
House what now?
House Vidalis monstrosities?
It's an Eberron house that is all about like using wizardry to create new monstrosities and new creatures and stuff, and that's why the world of Eberron is populated with so many monsters.
Got it. It's the Tzimitzi of it. Dan will get that reference. Nobody else will.
And Mekka, to wrap up the episode, what is a topic for an episode or miniseries on It's a Mimic that you would add to the list?
Add to the list. I also like the legend lore. I guess you've done Eberron. I would say either possibly more legend lore on third-party books, or me personally just deep lore into Ravenloft, just because I like hearing people talk about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like not enough people know about Lisa von Zarovich, and I think more people should.
What I'm getting here is as a general idea, couple of episodes on some more fundamental DM tips, especially for new DMs, and one very specific Eberron episode, because Scott always needs more Eberron content, and I'm very cool with that. And then a couple of series on more lore and kind of what we have out there besides, bog standard D&D. So, which I would love to add to the list. I am in the process right now of coming up with what 2026 has to offer for everybody as far as our recording schedule goes. And I'm going to see how and where we can throw this in. I will give you guys a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. When we do the Legend Lore episodes, anytime that it ends up on the Patreon, it is going to be third-party material. And anytime that it ends up on the public channels, it's going to be kind of the new D&D books that are coming out, with the exception of like the brand new systems that drop, like Daggerheart was on the public channel. I just got the Draw Steel books, so we'll be covering those at some point. That'll be on the public channel. But we're looking at some other systems. Imagine is on that list about covering it in depth on the Patreon. So do expect more of that. And I think that we should start digging into DM tips and more lore as well moving forward. But anyway, that's not what this episode is about. This episode is about you guys. And I wanted to thank you guys for sitting in on this and for supporting the Patreon and for bringing your own unique brands of insanity to the table. I also want to say happy birthday to Andri, and thank you for calling in from your trip abroad to celebrate your birthday. And are you hungover yet, or are you still drinking?
I'll be drinking soon enough.
All right, good enough.
He's dodging that hangover.
Yeah.
I get no hangover.
If you never stop drinking, you won't get hungover until you hit 40, and then it will
That's the secret.
kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Halfway
At
there.
40, you can be hungover and drunk at the same time. And sometimes it's not even from drinking. It's just from sleeping wrong and waking up.
Sometimes it's from eating something with too much sugar in it.
This aging thing sucks.
It does. It does.
Yeah, do not recommend.
All right. In the next couple of days, we're also going to get, it might even be a couple of days ago. There's also going to be a regular mailbag episode with Casey, Elwin, and Steve on it as well, answering some of your insane questions. So make sure you guys tune into that. But if anybody else wants to ask us questions that the main hosts are definitely going to answer no matter what, you can reach out to us through the mailbag post in the subreddit r/It's a Mimic. Hit us up through Facebook or Instagram, send us a message through the website, or join us on Patreon, which has our Discord channel dedicated to a mailbag series of questions as well. So that's where a lot of our questions come from on the regular mailbag episodes. It is first come, first served, so get those questions in ASAP. We already have a bunch of shit for the next round. But I'm going to say this too. I have enough questions from the hosts for you five to last another 5 episodes of this. So
God.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
they got
Christ.
verbose,
All right.
and we dodged some of the craziness.
Yeah, what the fuck's that?
All right, read me one of the crazy ones that I'm not gonna answer.
Oh, please.
Yeah, save it.
Yeah, I should save it. Hold on, let me see one crazy one. The craziest thing on here. I don't think I can even say this one on air. This will get me demonetized. Now I have to have a
Just cut it out.
Is it
Cut
hard to
out.
pronounce?
Might as well.
It's not hard to pronounce. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's an Icelandic question. Fuck.
Anyways, thanks for listening to this episode of the It's a Mimic podcast, where you never know what you're going to get. And apparently you are going to get fireproof butt plugs. So
You don't know you
You're
need
welcome.
it until you need it, okay? Better safe than sorry.
That's all for this Platinum Greatworm episode of the It's a Mimic podcast. This episode and others can also be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and most other podcast apps. Please take a second to engage with a like, follow, subscribe, comment, or review to help push our engagement. Thanks for listening to It's a Mimic, where you never know what you're going to get. If you'd like to support us, we have a store with some merch and a donate button on our website, itsamimic.com. You can also head to itsamimic.com to find a comprehensive episode guide and more information about the show. We do have a Patreon, which not only offers access to our exclusive Discord server, but also hosts over 100 episodes, including a variety of bonus episodes covering topics like 5th edition book reviews and the campaign builder, spells and gods, fae, homebrew inspiration, and even the Blood War. If you'd like to submit any mailbag questions, please reach out to us through any of the social media links in the show notes of this episode, or send us an email at info@itsamimic.com. This has been an episode of It's a Mimic, where you never know what you're going to get.